Okay, so now we're gonna go over Elite Dungeon 2 or Dragonkin in the lab. This is probably the easiest Elite Dungeon. None of the trash mobs are actually strong enough to kill you. I've actually done like one Croceus kill. Personally, I have zero interest in doing Croceus, but it is a good boss for non-combat, so it's something I'm going to look into at some point, but that's like not in the cards for quite a bit. But yeah, so ED1 or ED2, the trash mobs are generally the easiest, and then the bosses are like decently simple. Astalarn's pretty rough once you until you know what's going on. Astalarn does a lot of damage, but it's not too bad. So we're just going to get into it. There's not a whole lot to explain. Everything's poisonable, so we're using cinders. We're not using any special books or anything. We are gonna switch back to our AoE bar that we used for ED1. Yeah, let's get in there. So here, I believe we need to kill 4 of these big blobs. They will summon smaller blobs that don't matter. But yeah, we just need to kill 4 of the big ones. So now we soul split, and then we let our bar do the rest for us. Okay, we killed all these. So now we go in here. We need to kill 3 of the red dragons. Well, these 3 here. After we kill these three dragons, we need to kill these 4 dragons in here. Before we engage these, we're going to resummon our Vengeful Ghost. If you want, you could use Threads of Fate and kill these guys a little bit faster. I have found it not necessary. You already kill them like fast enough. You don't really need threads unless you're going to use speed kills. In which case, you can decide where you want to use Threads of Fate. So I'm going to manually input basics here because I want to activate Vengeful Ghost. Oh, never mind. I activated Ghost already by accident. Oops. Oh well. After we kill these guys, we want to kill 4 of these magma golems. I like to surge in and just let them kind of group around me. This is a good room to use Threads of Fate. Like, if I was going to use it, this would be the room that I would use it in. Okay, now we need to kill 2 of these animated books and this Celestial Dragon. When the Celestial Dragon gets low, he's going to start healing. The way you stop that heal is by stunning him. We have a stun built into our bar, but we can also use our weapon spec. Yeah, so now we're going to manually cast our stun. It's going to stop him from healing. Okay, so now we have to go in here. We need to kill these 3 Celestial Dragons. If you have the Dragon Slayer perk, this is a good place to use it. Again, this is a really good place to use threads. I don't know why I just took so much damage. Wait, why did I just take so much damage? Hello? I'm so confused. Oh, I didn't use threads. I used a life transfer. Okay. Well, that explains it. Okay, so don't use life transfer. That's, like, insanely bad. I was like, wow, I didn't know that they could do that, but I used life transfer. So, don't use life transfer. That's just not correct. So after we kill those two, we only need to kill this frontmost celestial dragon. Our stun auto cast, which is good. And then after that, we need to kill the celestial dragon closest to this door, which is this one. After we kill this celestial dragon, we're going to walk in here and then just wait for our adrenaline to refill. And we're going to switch back to our bossing bar. I'm pretty sure Astalarn won't hit you unless you hit him first. Okay, so we'll put our bossing bar back on. Once we're full adrenaline, we're going to unequip our lantern, put it back on, and resummon all of our guys. So Astalarn has a couple mechanics. First, he has he will summon basically acid rain along quadrants. The quadrants start basically where I'm standing, all the way south, and then on Astalarn, this axis is another quadrant, the east to west axis. The acid rain will just do a lot of typeless damage to it. You stand on the line of the quadrant so that you can move 1 or 2 squares in order to get out of the damage. He also does a fireball. I forget what the fireball is called. But you'll see it. There'll be an on-screen notification that says that he summons it. You just need to attack it and do damage. Then he will mark you. He'll say he'll mark you unstable, and then like a black hole is going to spawn under you. When that happens, you're going to do dramatically reduced damage to him. So you're just going to walk away. I don't know why he despawned. Okay, that was insane. You're going to walk away from it. He's going to summon another pulsar. That's what the black hole, or that's what the fireball is called. He's going to summon a pulsar. You need to drag it into the black hole so you can do damage to him. If you don't drag it into the black hole, you should just teleport out. It's going to be faster to wait, or it's going to be faster to teleport out and reset than it is going to be to like wait for the mechanics to go through again. And that's basically it. He only does the 3 things. We're going to summon all of our guys. Activate Vengeful Ghost. Activate Invoke Death. And then use Skulls. Then we're just going to hit him. His main attack is magic. When he starts moving his head, that's when you want to pray magic. So he says to summon a pulsar. The pulsar is here. We're going to hit this. So he's putting a wormhole on under me. I'm going to move it closer to him. And there's the molten star he summoned. We're going to walk here, and then we're just going to blow him up now. If you have Dragon Slayer, this is a good time to use it. And he's dead. Super, super easy, but like if you do it right, you get punished very, very hard if you messed up. Also, I got a PB. That's like nuts. Okay, we're switch back to our AoE bar. I don't know why it did that. We're gonna resummon all of our guys. We only need to kill these 2 celestial dragons. So now for this area, you need to kill any 2 of these lava strike worms, either these 2 or the 2 in front of this gate. I just prefer the 2 in front of this gate. But it doesn't matter, just any of these 2 is worth killing. Then we go through here. You need to kill all 4 of these black dragons. This is another good place to use threads. So I like to drag all of them up here. We're going to resummon. I like to kill this one first and then focus on killing the rest of them. Although they are close enough together that we can use threads. So I'm actually going to use threads here and then Finger of Death twice. Okay, then we go up here. We need to kill 6 of these black. We need to kill all 6 of these black dragons. So I like to walk up here. It kind of groups these guys up together nicely. And then if you want to do thread stuff, I like to threads this guy. It didn't tag to this guy for some reason. I think because I didn't have line of sight on him. Which is fine, it's not a big deal. It's very important that you don't let your overloads drop here. If you do, there is a non-zero chance you will instantly die. I had my overloads drop here once, and I took like 8,000 damage in 2 seconds and died instantly. So as soon as my overload runs out, I'm going to repot. I'm just going to keep killing the black dragons. We're going to use basics here so we can get a free summon on Vengeful Ghost. Go through this door. And we would need to kill 4 of these guys total. I just like to go in here and kill these guys first. Then after that, we need to kill the 4 black dragons in there, and then we can head to Varic. Varic is basically just a DPS dummy. He has a lot of mechanics, but you can just kind of dodge all of them or ignore all of them. Okay, so we need to kill these dragons. This is also a good place to use threads. You get 3 abilities with the buffed Threads of Fate, so that's just a good amount of damage here. Okay, and then we have this black dragon to kill, so we're going to kill this one, and then we're going to unequip our lantern, unsummon everything, let our adrenaline refill, and go fight Varic. So combat starts relatively quickly, or relatively far away from Varic. So like I just like to stand like here and wait for everything to regen. We're gonna switch back to our bossing bar. Okay, everything's regened. I'm gonna resummon everything. Activate Invoke Death. And then Skulls. So if Varic walks up to melee you, he's just gonna use melee the entire time. So you can just soul split flick melee. When it says he's gonna summon a Spire, put on Pray melee, and then hit the Spire. Okay, and then just go back to Varic. So for this attack, you just say ignore it. It's gonna hit you for like 4k typeless. Doesn't matter. Ignore it. Pray melee. Hit the Spire. After you kill the Spire, that's a good time to resummon your guy because you drop target. When it says this guy is dive bombing you, you're going to see a circle and an arrow. Wait like a couple seconds and then just move away from it. Put on Pray melee. Hit the Spire. Also, in longer fights, it's a good idea to use Bloat. It's just good stuff. And then we're just gonna Revolution, do pretty much everything. As we get our stacks up, we want to try to remember to use our stacks. This is the same attack. Just ignore it. You'll take 4,000 damage. Doesn't matter. And Varic is dead. So now we're gonna go to Blackstone Dragon. The fastest way there is to do a teleport and teleport to the 4th option. That will bring you back here, and then you can just run in. Put back on our AoE bar. So we're just gonna go past these Onyx Dragons. So here we need to kill all 3 of these Blackstone Dragons and this Onyx Dragon. We want to kind of walk all the way into this corner to pull all of these guys together. Also, occasionally you're going to see them shoot a projectile that moves really slowly towards you. When that happens, you just want to move from where you're standing. So here, I'm going to use Threads of Fate, and then I'm going to hit this guy twice with Finger of Death. Or I'm going to hit him once with Finger of Death. Okay, for some reason, they're just not going to do the thing, I guess, so that's fine. Whenever they do the mechanic, I will show you what it looks like so you know what you're supposed to dodge. Nice. Okay, so you kill those 4, you run past all these guys. If you step in this corner, it stops these guys from coming around the corner, which just makes life a little bit easier. So they're just still not using the ability. That's fine, I guess. Okay, so those spike things, that's what you're trying to dodge. Now here, you kill one of these Hydrix dragons. These are the most dangerous because their special attack is the most powerful. It hits you like 5k typeless, and it and it drains your adrenaline by 50% and halves your adrenaline gain. These guys are going to follow you. That's totally fine. So there's the Black Dragon spec. You just, or the Hydrix Dragon spec. That's the spec that Blackstone Dragon uses. So you just want to get in the habit of dodging it. So now you go back here. You kill these two Dragonstone Dragons. And then after you kill these two, you're going to teleport out. There's the spec. I'm dodging it. I'm just letting our Revolution Bar do everything. We're not doing anything super special. Dodging that again. We killed this guy. We're teleporting out. We're teleporting out because it resets the aggro of all these enemies, which means we can go into Blackstone Dragon safely. So we'll move back to our bossing bar. I'm going to unequip this, re-equip it. Get full adrenaline. Go back to Dragonstone Lab. Enter, continue where we left off. Then on this treasure chest, we want to teleport and go to option 5. So yeah, you can see now we're like good. All the enemies are despawned. So Blackstone Dragon has a couple of phases. In the beginning, she's going to auto attack you a couple times, and then she's going to do the Hydrix Dragon special. So you just want to move when she does that. Once you drop her to 520k, she's going to summon the Black Hands. You basically want to strafe around the hands as you're killing them one at a time. That's going to be the best way to deal with it. After that, she'll do a big fire circle. You usually dodge it by just like... It just incidentally misses you, but if it does look like it's going to hit you, just move either a little bit closer or a little bit further away. And then after that, I think once she hits 300,000 maybe, she starts flying around and she'll summon fires. You can't really hit her when she's doing that, so you just like stand still, or like the fires on the ground will like slowly approach you. You just move away from them. And then when she comes back down, she just alternates between fire circles and her typeless adrenaline drain. So yeah, we're gonna summon everything. Activate Vengeful Ghost. Invoke Death. So these black smokes, these hit for magic damage. So when she puts her wings up like that, that's when she does the big typeless thing. Okay, so now we're going to deal with hands. So the best way to deal with hands I've found is just strafe around them. Also, every time you kill a hand, that's a really good time to resummon guys. This black smoke is coming, so I'm going to wait for the hand to despawn, and then I'm going to summon guys. Make sure we pot up. Just going to strafe around her again. More black smoke is coming. You can also use Invoke Death on these hands if you want. It's not necessary, but you can use Invoke Death. So you do want to dodge that purple smoke that goes towards the hands. And then these white hands on the ground is why you're strafing. It's just so you can dodge those. If you decide to do this with other styles besides Necromancy, you can you can safe spot them, but Necromancy does not currently have the range to safe spot them. Okay, so we killed this one. So now we have this last hand to work on. So for this hand, we're going to build Adrenaline so we can get a Death Skulls or a Living Death rotation off. And then as soon as Blackstone is targetable, we're going to use Living Death, Adren Pot, and then do our rotation. So this is the smoke I was telling you about. She's just gonna stand still and use the smoke. If it looks like it's gonna hit you, then you want to dodge it. Looks like it should miss. Yeah, nice, it's gonna miss. So that shadow overturns or whatever. I think you just need to dodge those. That's literally my first time seeing it ever. So this is flight. You can't damage her here. You just chill. I just like to walk around to make sure I'm not like dodging into anything. So this is like a lower dump, so if you read the text, like it tells you like what's going on. So after she says I could be free of it myself, I believe she jumps 3 more times. And then after the 3rd jump, she is targetable. So it's either this one or the next one that she'll be targetable. Yeah, so it's the next one. When she starts talking again, that's when you can hit her. Yep, so now we're gonna hit her. We're gonna use a Vuln Bomb again. I'm gonna back up a little bit just to be safe. And that's Blackstone Dragon. Yeah, really not too bad. We didn't eat at all. We didn't take any damage, basically. Yeah, Blackstone Dragon is not bad at all. Like, unironically, Masuta is like the worst boss ever. It's like, it's really pretty crazy.